I moved into a cheap apartment with a free security system. 2 weeks later, the camera started moving on its own. So this happened last year when I moved to Denver for a new job. I'm 26, working hybrid, and I found this surprisingly cheap one-bedroom apartment near downtown. The landlord said the previous tenant broke their lease suddenly, so they were offering a discount. I didn't ask questions. The place was decent, clean, quiet building, nothing weird. But there was one thing I didn't expect. A small security camera mounted in the top corner of the living room. I asked the landlord about it. He said, "Oh yeah, we installed optional indoor cameras during COVID for package theft and maintenance verification. You can unplug it if you want." It was already plugged in when I moved in. He told me it wasn't connected to anything anymore. That should have been my first red flag. The first week, everything was normal. Second week, things got weird. One night, I was sitting on my couch watching TV. I happened to glance up at the camera, and I swear, it tilted slightly. Just a little mechanical adjustment sound. I froze. Maybe I imagined it. Maybe it was loose. I grabbed a chair, climbed up, and unplugged it completely. I even wrapped the cord around the base. Problem solved, right? 2 nights later, I woke up around 3:17 a.m. No reason, just randomly awake. My living room light was on. I always turn it off before bed. I walked out, half asleep. That's when I saw it. The camera, facing directly down my hallway, toward my bedroom. It was plugged back in. The cord unwrapped. I live alone. I checked my front door. Still locked. Deadbolt secure. Windows locked. Nothing missing. I called the landlord the next morning. He sounded annoyed. He said, "That camera isn't connected to anything. It shouldn't even power on unless you plug it in." I told him it was plugged in. He paused, then said, "That's impossible." I asked if maintenance had entered. He said no. I bought a cheap motion detector camera of my own and aimed it at the living room, specifically at that security camera. 3 nights later, it happened again. 3:12 a.m. My phone buzzed with a motion alert. I opened my app and watched live. The mounted camera slowly rotated. No one in the room, no shadows, no movement, just the camera, turning, like it was scanning. My chest felt tight. Then it stopped, pointing straight at my bedroom door again. The next morning, I reviewed the footage. At exactly 3:10 a.m., the power cord on the mounted camera moved slightly, like it had tension pulled on it. But there was no visible hand. Nothing. Just the cord tightening for a second. I unplugged it again. This time, I removed it from the wall completely, took the whole thing down, put it in my closet. That night, I barely slept. Around 3 a.m., I heard something metallic hit the floor. From inside